He waited until I fell asleep. Then he slid his hand under my pillow and took my phone. I had nothing to hide. But what he did next, it shattered my friendships. It cost me my job, and it nearly broke me. I didn't hear him move, but I felt the shift in the bed, a slight creak. The warmth on his side disappeared. Then fingers, sliding beneath my pillow. My heart froze. I knew what he was doing. He was looking for my phone. Again. But this time, he didn't ask. He thought I was asleep, and that made all the difference. He walked out of the room quietly, almost respectfully, as if sneaking was more polite than accusing me. I waited 30 seconds. Then I followed. What I saw was the moment my life fell apart. My name is Emily. I'm 31 years old, and I was in love with a man named Jason for 3 years. To anyone on the outside, we looked solid. We lived together, split bills, shared passwords, took weekend trips. We were that couple people posted memes about. Jason was charming, funny, thoughtful, at least in public, but behind closed doors, there was something else, something harder to name. At first, I thought it was love. He always wanted to know where I was, who I was talking to, when I'd be home. I called it protective. I even joked about it with friends. He's just obsessed with me, I'd say, laughing. But the laughter had an edge. He didn't like my job in PR, said I was too friendly. That smiling in meetings felt like flirting, especially with male clients. At first, I defended myself. Then I started dressing differently, lowering my voice on calls, avoiding eye contact with male coworkers when Jason was around. I didn't even notice I was shrinking until I was small enough that he could wrap his entire world around me. And I thought that was love. The first time he asked for my phone, he made it sound sweet. Just want to see what you're always smiling at. He kissed my forehead. I handed it over. But then it became a habit. Every few days, babe, can I borrow your phone? Mine's charging. Hey, what's your lock screen again? Why'd you delete that chat? I hadn't. But somehow, my messages would vanish. Call logs cleared. Group chats missing. I asked him about it once. He shrugged. Glitch. You should update your iOS. I told myself not to overthink it. I wanted to trust him. But one night, after he used my phone, I got a call from a client who sounded confused. Hey, everything okay between you and your boss? I said yes. Just the messages you sent were kinda unprofessional. My stomach dropped. I never sent anything, but the message was there. From my account. That's when I began to suspect Jason wasn't just looking. He was editing my life. I needed proof. So I set the stage. That night, I tucked my phone under my pillow like usual. I told him I was exhausted and fell asleep early. But I wasn't sleeping. I was waiting. At 2:07 a.m., the bed creaked. He slipped out of bed. And then the hand. Under my pillow, he thought I was deep asleep. He took the phone and walked out. I followed, barefoot, my heart pounding in my ears. He was in the living room, my phone in one hand, his phone in the other. And what I saw, I will never forget. He was forwarding screenshots, altering messages, copying text from months ago, removing context, sending it to new people. He opened Instagram, went through my DMs, then started sending messages from my account to my boss. A cringy, suggestive message. To my best friend, stay away from Jason. He told me what you did. To male clients, flirty innuendos. To female clients, rude, dismissive words. It was like watching someone murder me without touching me at all. I gasped. He turned around. You shouldn't be spying on me, he said calmly. My mouth fell open. He was spying. He was violating. And yet I was the one being accused. He stepped closer. I'm protecting us. You don't know how to be loyal. I grabbed my phone. He lunged. We struggled. I ran into the bathroom and slammed the door. My hands were shaking. I backed everything up to the cloud. Screenshots, logins, chat histories. Then I did something I never thought I'd have to do. I called the police. Jason was arrested that night. The charges: digital impersonation, harassment. invasion of privacy. But the real punishment was what came after. By the time I got back to work, my reputation was already damaged. People had seen the messages. Even if I explained the truth, some damage just sticks. My boss looked at me with confusion and pity. A client dropped us quietly. My best friend blocked me. When I reached out to explain, she said, "If you hated me that much, you could have just said it." I cried for hours, not because of her, but because Jason had turned my own words into weapons. He used my identity to destroy my life. Even after he was gone, he wasn't gone. Every phone notification gave me anxiety. Every time a friend didn't respond, I wondered, did he message them too? What else did he send? I stopped using social media, changed my number, deleted every shared password, moved cities, started over. But the trauma followed me, not in the form of bruises, but in doubt, in silence, in the feeling that I had to earn back my own name. I realized something chilling. He didn't want to cheat on me. He wanted to erase me and replace me. He didn't just steal your phone, Emily. He stole your narrative. Let's take it back. So I did. I rebuilt, one small truth at a time. I shared my story, quietly at first, then publicly, then like this, through this video. And here's what I want to say to you. Whoever you are, if someone controls your devices, if they monitor your tone, question your friends, track your location, or make you feel like you owe them total access to feel safer, that's not love, that's surveillance, that's manipulation, that's abuse. You don't owe anyone your passwords. You don't owe anyone constant access. You don't owe anyone your identity. You have the right to privacy, to boundaries, to peace. Jason said he did it out of love. But love doesn't look like theft. It doesn't sneak around at 2 a.m. It doesn't impersonate you and burn down everything you've built. Love protects. Love builds. Love asks. It doesn't take. Sometimes the worst betrayal isn't when they cheat. It's when they use your silence to become your voice.